In this video, Tesla stock absolutely implodes, crashing over 12% down more than $120 per share in a single day. As I say, never a dull moment with Tesla stock. Take a look at the carnage. Tesla stock closing today $876 and amazingly 42 cents per share, down $121.60, over 12% in a single day. Absolute bloodbath. Tesla opening close to $1,000 per share and falling off a cliff. Kind of looks like the hill that Nikola rolled their fake truck down, allegedly. Just for a little bit of context, the 52-week high over $1,200 per share. Tesla stock in the last 5 days down almost 15%. In the last month, almost 20%. In the last 6 months, down over 15%. Year to date, down almost 30%. And finally, the 1 year up almost 25%. 5 year, very different picture, up almost 1,300%. As I said, rarely a dull moment with Tesla stock. Let me know in the comments below if you bought the dip. If the tax office is watching, I didn't, because my upcoming tax bill needs to be paid soon, and so I'm directing all my money towards paying that off immediately. In this video, I'll discuss what I think happened, what most likely happened, what may have happened, and what potentially happens from here. And I'll also lift the lid on some of my own Tesla stock buying habits over the last few years, just to give you guys and girls an insight into what I personally may hypothetically be doing in a situation like this. So let's get into it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store, so check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. So obviously the very first thing I did today was panic sell all my Tesla stock, then cry, and then call my daddy and ask him to hold me, and he said, "Stephen, what the f*** is wrong with you? 37 years old, grow a set of balls, you little bitch." Then I called my mum and said, "Hey mum, can you please console me? I panicked, I'm scared. Mummy, what? Help, please hold me." And she said, "F*** off, you little bitch." And then I said, "Oh, geez, I'm glad that was just a dream," and woke up and tried to put in a buy order for more Tesla stock. In all seriousness though, I think there's two key reasons why we saw Tesla stock get absolutely crushed. And I mean crushed. Talk about an epic crash, down well over $100 billion in market cap in a single day. Number one, the macroeconomic environment. It wasn't just Tesla stock that got absolutely creamed today. Check for yourself. But more importantly than that, I think a big contributing factor, and I think the macro environment amplified this original factor. A lot of investors are a little bit unsure about Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter. Where's he getting the money from? Does he need to sell more Tesla stock? I'm scared. What's going on? I'm confused, etc. I think this is bringing a lot of uncertainty. There's also potentially some investors like, "Wait, this guy, he's going to be focused on Twitter. I don't want to own Tesla stock anymore. You, Elon Musk. Just focus on Tesla, you little dickhead. Wait, don't you forget about SpaceX. I mean, just focus on Tesla and SpaceX, and you don't need any more distractions." At times like these, it's important to remember that over the short term, the stock market can be completely detached from reality and have absolutely nothing to do with how a company is executing. Case in point, Tesla. Despite laying a cable over the face of the entire legacy automotive industry, embarrassing and shaming the lot of them, continuing to grow sales and production at a ridiculous rate, being able to source parts and components, doing whatever it takes to continue producing vehicles at volume and growing their production. Meanwhile, literally every other automaker on the planet, bar one or two exceptions, seeing their sales plummet, saying, "Oh, supply chain issues, we can't make the cars." Yet Tesla, running circles around everyone, having forced the entire automotive industry to rapidly move towards electrification. We all know Tesla's lead is unassailable. Tesla absolutely destroyed Wall Street expectations yet again. I think this is about 6 quarters in a row, give or take. Why? Well, it's not because Tesla are amazing, it's because the Wall Street analysts are incompetent. The point here, we are seeing a massive disconnect once again, I believe, between the reality, Tesla's execution, the technological advantages, their unassailable lead, and the way that the stock market is currently valuing the company. This video will age well, and guess what? In 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, and 50 years time, it's still going to be floating around on the internet when Tesla was around a $900 billion market cap. I'm extremely confident that I'll be right. Of course, I could be wrong. I guess time will tell. Per my Tesla stock price targets available exclusively on Patreon, check the card in the corner or the link in the pinned comment to join. You'll also gain access to tons of exclusive content and perks. I believe Tesla has a long way to go, and I mean a long way. Minimum worst case scenario, of course, could be wrong, but putting it on the record, 10x or more over the next decade. And I believe there is a genuine chance of more than a 20x, more than a 25x, and so on. Again, refer to my price targets available exclusively on Patreon if you really want to know how far I think this thing can go. But don't take my word for it. Do your own homework, build your own valuation model, and you too will know where you think Tesla is headed in the future. That will give you a lot of confidence with your investing decisions. And that being said, talk's cheap. Actions matter a little bit more than words, so I now want to share my own actions, my own investing patterns in Tesla stock over the last half decade or so. We'll start with some charts, and then I'm going to run through literally every single transaction I've ever made on Tesla stock, every single purchase, how much I paid, how many shares, the value, the loss, everything, all of it. So let's have a look. And fair warning, if you're intensely insecure, maybe best not to watch this. There's always a few people have a really adverse reaction to me sharing information about my own investing history. They somehow take it the wrong way. So please, if that's you, if you're intending on getting your panties in a twist, just don't watch this next bit. Just trying to help people see some insights into my own habits. This, I believe, is the most important of all the charts. This is my average price, as in how much I paid on average for Tesla stock per calendar year. We can see back in 2016, I was paying, I don't know, about $50 a share on average, give or take. 2017, a tiny bit more. 18 and 19, all around that same range, by the way. Talk about the bargain of the century. Tesla stock basically did nothing from 2014 to 2019. It was absolutely insane. The company continued to execute. The stock did nothing. The price actually declined in this point in time. I was buying Tesla stock for less in 2019 than it was in 18 and 17. Hilarious, but hey, it happened. Of significant note, in 2020, I was paying considerably more, almost $250 per share, 4 or 5 times as much as I'd been paying in the preceding 4 years. Yet I kept buying Tesla stock. Why? Past is irrelevant. All I care about is where is Tesla stock heading. In my opinion, of course, as I keep mentioning, I could totally be wrong. I'm open to that possibility. This is evidence of my conviction, not through words, but through action. And in 2021, I was happy paying over $750 per share, when just a few years prior, I'm paying about $50 per share. Once again, the past irrelevant. And in 2022, so far, my average buy price is close to $1,000 per share, substantially higher than Tesla stock is currently trading for. Many people get this psychological block. It's like, man, I can't be spending $1,000 a share, bro. I was paying $35 5 years ago, as if I'm going to spend $1,000 per share. But again, these people either A, have found a better opportunity somewhere else. If so, please let me know what it is. Or B, are stuck. They just can't get past the emotion of, oh man, I'm paying so much more now. Instead of actually just looking into the future and going, oh, well, if I think it's going to 10, 20, 30, 50x over the next 10, 15 years, then I don't mind paying $1,000+ per share. And now another extremely telling slide. This is the number of Tesla shares I purchased per year. And of course, these are split adjusted. 2016, 17, 18, and 19, Tesla stock, bargain of the century. I bought as much as I possibly could. Predominantly, this was earned income, and there's also a little bit of equity that I pulled from real estate. I always like milking those things. Every time I can pull equity out, I do, because why not? I'd rather have the money and deploy it and make some money using other people's money to make some for myself than just sitting around doing nothing. When opportunity strikes, I'll jump on it. For the record, I was actually retired in 2018 and 2019, and most of this money wasn't from earned income because I wasn't working at that point in time. Instead, this came from my safety net. Really, Tesla stock got so cheap in 2019 in particular, I just could not resist. As you can see, I continued buying heavily in 2020 and 21 and 2022. My money is not going anywhere near as far these days as it was, but still every spare cent going into Tesla stock. My income has increased fairly substantially over this period of time, so I do have more financial resources to accumulate, but again, I just want to demonstrate here. This is a guy spending every spare cent on Tesla stock because he believes that the future is so bright, the potential return so high, and the risk relatively low, willing enough to accept said risk. I can't find a better opportunity in the stock market, so I've been pouring every spare cent in, regardless of what's happening to Tesla stock, regardless of whether or not it's crashed 12% or 20% or it's up 20%. I don't care. I buy when I have cash and sometimes when I don't. We're now looking at the dollar amount I've invested in Tesla per year, keeping in mind that I was retired in 2018 and 19, but overall, on average, my income has been trending up this entire time. I have far more resources to invest presently than I did in 2016, 17, 18, or 19. And once again, keeping in mind, this isn't just from earned income. There has been some equity from real estate as well. This is what putting your money where your mouth is looks like. Another way to look at this is the amount of money invested per year versus the amount of shares that money actually bought. In other words, how much bang for my buck did I really get? The way to think about this, smaller the green bar and the larger the grey bar, the better value Tesla stock was at the time. You can see in 2016, a fraction of the money invested in total for a huge amount of the shares in total. Similar ratios in 2017, 18, and 19. Then things get very different at about a 50-50 split in 2020. In other words, my money not going anywhere near as far as it previously was. 2021, a very different story. We're now looking at a substantial amount of money for a very minimal increase in my total shares owned. 2020, an even more extreme example. If you're more of a numbers nerd, here's the data in numerical form, exactly what we looked at. 2016, amount invested, about 77 grand, average price $43, blah, 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 blah. If you want to pause the video and take this one in, I highly recommend it. The summary position here, my average price on Tesla stock since I began purchasing losing about $215 per share, but you can see still buying with an average price in 2022 of almost $1,000 per share. Total shares owned about 6,500, and some of those stunning differences between amount of money invested versus number of shares. About 5.5% of total money invested in Tesla stock back in 2016 accounts for almost 30% of the Tesla stock I own today. 2017, 2.5% accounting for 11%, so on and so on. Things start to flip pretty dramatically starting in 2022, where it's about a 1-to-1 ratio, money in versus shares accumulated. Then things start trending in a very different direction. In 2021, I invested approximately half of all the money I've invested ever in Tesla stock for an additional almost 15%. Once again, this comes down to my conviction about the future. I give literally zero fucks what's already happened to Tesla stock, what I was previously paying. I don't give a fuck. All I care about is where I believe it's going from here. And now, as promised, my complete history of Tesla stock transactions. Never sold any, so these are all buys because that's all I've ever done with Tesla stock. I know it's a little small, I was in the pool, sorry, you'll have to deal with it. If you want to have a look through these and really scour the details, highly recommend it. You can pause the video, but I just want to show you what consistency and conviction actually looks like. First purchase Tesla stock, March 11th, 2016. Total gain on that purchase, just over 2,000%. I'll scroll through these relatively quickly. Again, feel free to pause the video if you want to look. This is every single Tesla transaction. You'll note I've just been buying and 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 buying. Notice most of my purchases of Tesla stock since late 21 are in the red. Do I feel like an idiot? No. I get excited. The lower Tesla stock goes, the better the bargain in my opinion, so I continue to buy. Some of my purchases close to $1,200 US per share, down over 25%. But you notice, I didn't stop buying. I continued to buy. My most recent purchase was yesterday, down almost 11% after Tesla stock got absolutely wrecked. And what did I do this morning? Did I cry? No. Did I buy? Maybe. There's some things up. What the stock market thinks Tesla stock is worth and what I believe Tesla stock is not only worth but will be worth in the future are two completely unrelated things. On days like this, it's hard to wipe the smile off my face because I know an incredibly valuable asset is at a massive discount. I believe that today is one of those wonderful examples of a gigantic disconnect between reality and the stock market's perception of reality. Two factors, as I mentioned earlier, the macroeconomic environment massively amplifying the fear, uncertainty, and doubt around Elon Musk's acquisition of Twitter. A lot of investors concerned or worried, where's Elon getting the money from? Is he going to be selling some Tesla stock? And hey, maybe he will. But that has absolutely nothing the fuck to do with Tesla's execution, as I keep pointing out. Between you and me, I hope Tesla stock gets absolutely creamed tomorrow as well. When there's blood in the streets, I'll always be there with a mop and bucket to absolutely clean up. So let me ask a question to you guys and girls. What were you doing today? Are you crying in the corner? Asking for daddy to hold you? Some combination thereof? Or maybe even buying the dip? I'd love to know, so let me know in the comments below. Finally, don't forget to join Patreon with the card in the corner or the link at the pinned comment. Instant access to my Tesla price targets. Again, I emphasize the reason that I'm loading up, still buying with every spare cent isn't because I'm a moron, although that may also be true. But independent of that possibility, it's because I have an extremely high level of conviction in where Tesla is headed from here. And it starts with moo and ends in, well, you can fill in the blank. So I'll see you over on Patreon. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks, and get some free stocks and crypto. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. And if you're still watching, you're awesome. I read every single comment on this channel and I really appreciate your feedback. So if you've got any thoughts on today's video, questions, comments, or suggestions for a new video, let me know in the comments below. Check the cards on screen now to browse the merch store, join Patreon, or watch the next video.